Overwatch 2 is out. It is here. It is released, not in a full form, because one of the things that they recently did was that they said that the PvE component is not going to come with the game at launch. So that's coming at a later date. We don't know when that's coming, but that's going to include a full story campaign. That is not this. So Overwatch 2 is basically the next evolution. And I say evolution because it's not a revolution. It's an evolution. But it is the next iteration of Overwatch. On launch day, people were having trouble connecting. They were having massive server queues. They weren't even getting in the game. If you go look at Video Game Donkey, you can see his video of I love that talking video. About how great Overwatch 2 is, where he was like, they have a new logo with an orange 2 that mimics
and he has the queue up.
Yeah,
he's reviewing the queue screen. It's just that's all you can do.
He's like, it's the largest battle royale you've ever played. 40,000 players. But it's very true. It was a real problem. A lot of people. I didn't get to play the game until later in the week, so I didn't experience those issues. But I know a lot of people on our Discord channel were complaining and talking about they just can't get in the game. It wouldn't load. You're getting like 40,000 player queue, and then it would drop down, and then it would just like server disconnected, and it reset. There was a lot of DDoS attacks happening, so people were, for whatever reason, attacking the servers, and that was making it even worse.
But man, what a shitty launch for a game apparently a lot of people were hyped for.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks, but I feel like that's so common these days, though, with like just
that's what I was about to say.
Every game's got to have like a bad launch half the time.
I kind of expected it, especially after what was it, World of Warcraft.
Oh,
whenever it did their thing.
Warcraft Classic.
Yeah, I remember one of my coworkers, I was talking to him about it. He's just like, yeah, I'm in the queue right now. And he's at work, and I'm like, you're in the queue right now? He has a camera pointed at his screen so he can see where he's at in the queue. And he didn't get on until after work. And he said he's been on queue for like 2 days or something like that.
Well, it was like that when we played New World, too, at the beginning of launch. Like, you had to...
If you didn't get in...
People, like...
as soon as it launched...
I downloaded an app that would literally, like, would click or like move my character a little bit every like 30 seconds so it wouldn't boot me out. And I was like, that's so sad that we have to go through this, but seriously, it's the state of the world, I guess.
But it's better now, right?
It's better, yeah. I mean, I logged into it.
So if I download it tonight, I can jump into it.
You should be able
Overwatch,
to.
Yeah. Okay. It's all fixed now.
Okay. So
no,
Austin, you were the first one to actually get into it. What is your first impressions on it compared to the last one? Because I've never played Overwatch, and that's what I'm curious about.
Okay. It feels just like Overwatch 1. Everything's smooth. I mean, the graphics are great. The new skins are pretty nice. I like them. Yeah, I mean, it felt fun. It felt good to go back to something I haven't played in a while. But the sad part is it doesn't feel much different at all. Minus that you have a few new characters, and I feel like one of them's OP. I haven't actually played the new characters. I played Junker Queen in the little training mode, and I was like, dude, her shotgun is ridiculous. And plus, the second game I played, she was just raping me, literally. Oh, she'd come into me and just be like, bah, 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 bah. I'm like, okay, I'm dead. And I was Reinhardt. She was just taking me down like no one's business.
Jesus.
I'm like, how is this possible?
Yeah.
But I felt like I did. So the first match I played, we won the match, and I got play of the game. So I felt like that was a pretty good jump into it.
How long did it take you to actually get into the game and play?
I didn't get into the game for the first 2 days.
First 2 days?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, because it launched on Wednesday or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
So it launched on Tuesday. I didn't play it for 3 days. So the first 2 days, I didn't wait in the queue. I was like, why am I going to sit here and wait, maybe do something else, and then I get in, and I don't even recognize it, and I get booted out, and it's having all these problems. So I waited till I got back from work, and I was finally able to get in no problem. And I was like, this shouldn't be such a hassle just to get in and play this freaking game.
Well, at least the game's free.
Yes,
it could be way worse. You could have went and paid like $70 for it, and then download, and you're just waiting.
But now you can get in there, you can play it. There's no problem, at least right now.
Okay.
Or last time I played.
Okay.
And I think it's worth everyone getting back in. But like me and Brett were talking about it. It's just Overwatch 1.1.
1.1.
Like there's nothing significantly different about it. Maybe the new mode where you have that big robot pushing something. I haven't played that yet.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because that new mode is very much like, or it still reminds me of the payload map. The only difference is in this case, it's like whenever you group your people around the little robot guy, he basically pushes this I don't know, moving platform thingy or whatever. He just
Yeah.
pushes it forward. And then if you lose people and you knock all the people out that are defending him, pushing it forward, then what the other team then can then push it back. And then whenever he's pushing it, like once it gets a certain distance, if you lose your entire team surrounding the robot guy, then the robot runs all the way back to the other like barrier thing that he's pushing for the other team and immediately starts pushing the red one. So like it's a big distance that he goes back and forth because based on how far you push this barrier thing forward. So it's definitely an interesting push and pull. It relies a lot on team wipes. So I mean, if you can like wipe a team, you get a huge advantage to like push your character forward and move it forward. So it is a nice twist on. It's very similar to the payload, but both teams are technically attacking. They're just like it's like a tug of war, fighting each other.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I do like it a lot, and found it to be a very interesting mode to a playthrough.
Okay.
But
The roll queue, is that new or is that in,
that's been in the game for a lot. That actually created a lot of controversy when it first came out.
What?
Because it used to be just roll queue, and the problem was people couldn't get in servers because if they want to play like a tank or if they
I
want to
see.
play whatever, like you're required to play. You basically
certain-
pick what
yeah.
type you're going to be playing.
Right.
And it was like there was super long wait times to get into a game. So I think that's when a lot of people dropped off, was during that time when they introduced roll queue, and that it created. I mean, it was nice because it forced people. I mean, it only loaded servers up with players you needed, but at the same time, it also increased load times quite a bit for people to get into an actual match.
Well, I played it, and I don't know if I played it when it initially launched, but I really like that because, I mean, you know who's going to be on your team. You know you got the necessary people to actually be there and help you out. Like, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, there should probably be a thing where it's like, hey, this role's already filled. Do you want to get into a match right now? Play this role.
Yeah.
They should have that feature.
Yeah.
So it's like you have the option to switch. You're not just like, I have to be this.
Well, it is one nice thing that they've added in this game that wasn't in the other one is that
Oh, they do have it. Yeah, they have
when you're
all. They
I was gonna
select
say
for all.
when you're loading, they have like options where you can go into like in Rocket League. When you're waiting for a Rocket League game to start, you can
you can go into like training or whatever.
They've added
I
that
love
now. It
That's
used to be
nice.
a feature where you literally just sat there and just waited.
But that's the
You
thing.
could go
Like,
your battle pass and stuff.
So
I
they
can
give
imagine
you they give you points for selecting all
yeah.
for the battle pass or a support. So you get points for actually picking.
Oh,
those.
so if you pick, okay, I see what you're saying. Is in the quick play, you can pick which class you want to be
Right.
in order to fill a spot.
right.
And it gives you a time limit on like, is it that much time limit though? Like,
Well, it's less than 3 minutes.
yeah, less than 3 minutes. So does it take that long for like?
It didn't take long for me to get in a match.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like even like what you're saying, you go in a training or whatever while you're waiting for a match. I mean, do you have enough time to train because there's so
Yeah,
many people
I did.
playing and you just jump right in?
It used to be in Overwatch 1 for a while, especially the last time I jumped into Overwatch 1. It could be like a couple minutes you were
Yeah.
waiting for a server to pop
I
up.
really thought this was a battle royale when it first came out.
You did? Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
no.
Okay.
So you have
it's a hero
for someone that's never
arena.
played Overwatch. Can you guys convince me at all to get this game and why?
Yeah, I think this is a good game for people that honestly don't like battle royales because so
Yeah.
many games right now are battle royale, and this is kind of like, if you're looking for something different, you have like a Call of Duty or you have Valorant or you have this. And this game is pretty well accessible. It is harder now because there's 35 characters.
Yeah.
And each character plays very, very different.
So
But it's
each
very
character has their
fast.
own style weapon. You don't
Yeah.
pick up other weapons to use against
No.
other characters. So it's based off that character alone.
It's a hero build, and every
Okay.
character's got their own type of. It's a unique weapon to that
I
character.
actually like this.
It's a unique set of abilities. It's very much inspired by the MOBAs, like the massively online battle arena games. That's kind of where this idea came
League of
from,
Legends.
and they
Okay.
brought it into a first-person shooter experience. So, like, for example, I like playing the character Soldier 76 in the new game, and he's the most standard character to a standard FPS in that his one of his abilities is just a sprint. He can just sprint down the map or whatever, and he's got a assault rifle that
Yeah.
he can use that can shoot out. You never have to pick up ammo. You just have limited ammunition. And you have rounds. You have to reload, but you just always have weapons.
So you always have
You always have stuff. You don't have to you can pick up health, but you always have ammunition. The other ability he has is this little like this health thing. He can drop down below him, and it creates this like healing barrier thing that people can run into and get health.
Like aura.
Like an aura, yeah.
Okay.
And he's got a rocket he can shoot out that has a cooldown on it. So you shoot a rocket launch, and it does like 25% damage on the enemy. and then he has an ultimate that gives him auto fire, auto aim. So whenever you hold it down, it just starts shooting at whatever you can see in your view.
Okay.
So, but that's just like, you have to wait for that to recharge. And notice in the video we're watching at the very bottom, there's that little timer.
Yeah, I see that.
That's basically the indicator of when your ultimate's charged up. And because it's such a strong team-based game, whenever you go into your tab menu and look at your scoreboard, you can always see when your team has their ultimates loaded. Because this game's all about like team play of like, you want to go in there, if everybody has their ultimates, you just drop ultimates like crazy, and you can like wipe out an entire team in one fell swoop. And then you have to they have to then wait to be able to spawn back in.
Okay.
So that gives you time to like then push the objective forward and like have that challenge there.
Played this sooner.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't played it.
Well, how about you there, Austin? Convince me to buy this game.
Well, I'm trying to think of like a hero game that you've played. That's
I haven't the closest thing I can compare this to is almost like Borderlands, just because of the different classes and stuff.
A little bit.
That's a good way.
Yeah, but I can't.
Yeah, you can almost think about it's like skirmish classic Battlefield. I'm just trying to think of the best way to like put this. And it's like, everyone has a class, like the characters divide up in the class, and you pick that class, and obviously some people are better at have different techniques. Like Diva, she's a girl in a robot.
Yeah.
And so she flies around, and she has a lot of health, and she can shoot. She has these Gatling guns on the side, and the closer you are, the more damage it does, and the farther away, it does less damage. And then she has rockets that have to recharge. And then if you want to do her ultimate, she throws it in, and it blows up.
Yeah.
Her robot blows up. So she can walk around with a gun that actually does a lot of damage, but she's real squishy. Or you have Reinhardt, which is also another tank, and he can speed in like this on my screen. And he has a giant hammer, and he can throw this wave of energy that slashes horizontally. And it's just, I think it's really cool because you can find those like set of characters that you're really good at or really like playing, and you can always switch around. And it's just, everyone's different. You can find your style and just stick with it. And then obviously if you get the right team makeup and you have good communication, like it's a blast.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's kind of sort of similar. You can have, did you play Halo back in the day?
Oh, way back in the day.
Okay, yeah.
But like,
well, those moments of like intensity and those clutch moments, like you have that here.
Yeah.
Where everyone's just fighting to get to the objective and either push it or pull it, or that new match where you're trying to, it's just literal tug of war. Like, it makes a big deal, especially if you're who's the angel chick? Mercy, yeah. So I don't know how her ultimate works now, but she used to bring back everybody on the field who died. So your whole team can go down, she can come in, and everyone's back. Full health,
wow.
ready to go.
So you kind of want to build your class. Well, you kind of want to make sure you pick someone that's going to help the team out and push forward. I see what you're saying.
Right.
Okay, so
that's a clutch moment.
Yeah,
It's you're down to the last 10 seconds,
and
everyone's dead, and then boom, everyone's back, and then there's that final push.
So, and it's
no one
just
expected it.
Two teams versus each other, right?
Yep.
And you said they have in Overwatch 2, they have different modes now, and you can have a 5-man team now.
Only 5-man.
Yeah,
only
so
5-man.
that's the biggest.
That's
change
the biggest
in the
change.
game is that the game used to be 6v6, and when you had 6v6, the build, so the character build, so you have 3 different types of characters. You have your tank, which is the one that brawler or whatever. You get the DPS, which is just a damage dealer, and you have a healer. And with the 6v6 builds, you very much almost all the time always had two characters.
Tanks.
One of which would be a Reinhardt who has this big giant shield. And
Yeah.
the other one would be just like pulling in damage and stuff like that. Well, now with the new setup with 5v5, you can't have 2 tanks. It's always 1 tank.
I see.
So that makes it that's totally kind of changed the game where it's more focused on damage dealing. You still generally have 1 healer unless you're doing like not roll queue, let's open queue. You can have 2 healers or whatever.
Oh,
But there's these different builds that you look at of like, okay, I want to get these, because there's also like DPS characters can be short range characters that are super fast, like Tracer. She's super fast and shoots guns really quickly. But you also have a character that what's the sniper's name? Widowmaker. Widowmaker.
Yeah.
She's like a sniper, so she stays back and she picks people off.
yeah.
And she can heal, right? She has the healing gun.
Yeah, she has that's
healing sniper.
that's our Anna.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So there's like every character is like very like varied with one another and has very. It's kind of like when we were playing Marvel's Avengers. Like one of the things that we noticed is like they were different enough that they could do different types of stuff. This is very similar in that, but I think the character is even more different. And there's not like a whole upgrade tree like you had in Avengers.
That's what I was going to ask. If there was
the characters just do what they do.
Okay.
And then
so
all
there's
the unlockables are cosmetic stuff.
Cosmetics. So there's no upgrading. If I'm playing this one character constantly, there's no upgrading. It's just all cosmetic.
It's always consistent.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Now,
okay.
When PvE comes out, that is going to have an upgrade tree for all the characters.
I'd say that's the
gonna be
main
built
reason
in.
why I kind of want to get to Overwatch 2 because I enjoyed the shorts. I enjoyed like the little story bits that I get from it on YouTube and stuff. Because I've never played Overwatch, but I'm probably going to download it tonight. But I feel like this is going to be a reoccurring thing because you guys convinced me to download Battlefield 2042, and how much do we play that?
I still want to play it. I'll play it whenever you want.
You say it every goddamn time.
I know you just gotta tell me like, hey, like you gotta, because otherwise I'm just gonna be like working or
Game
like
came
I
out.
think it's
and
good
we're
for
just
the
like
player.
this game
Horizon.
shit, and now I'm like, I'm giving
I
this
love it.
game time to like soak into you guys and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna play Overwatch. So is there crossplay?
Yeah,
Should I ask
100%
that?
crossplay.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's a new thing too, which is really nice. Is that
It wasn't on the last one?
It was not fully. I think they finally added it towards the tail end, but it wasn't as supported as this now. Now it's 100% full
100%.
Whatever you want to do, whatever system you're on, it all connects.
Okay, I'm
together.
excited because I do, like I said before, I do really enjoy the shorts. I enjoy the animation of it, even though one person individually just says it looks like Fortnite to him, but I don't care. And I'm feeling it. I'm liking it, and I like the fact that they're coming out with a PvE version. I'm curious about the PvE a little bit. Is there going to be a multiplayer with the PvE? Or is
No.
it just going
Yeah,
to
well, yes,
co-op? Like co-op. That's
There
what
will
I
be
meant.
co-op. Yes, yes,
Yeah. Okay.
there will be co-op with it.
Fun.
Yeah, it will be.
And
That'll
that will
be
be
fun.
That will be paid. So that part's going to be a paid
I'll pay
component
for
to
it,
it, but which is I think it's going to
No.
be fine. But the multiplayer, I mean, I think it was a good call for them to go free to play. It was a great call for them to bring in a battle pass because
fact.
they were the ones
Download
that
it right now.
first introduced like the loot box system, and that just it's annoying because you sit there and you get a loot box, and you're like, I hope I get what I want. I hope I get what I want, and you don't. So you just collect these loot boxes, and it was just not fun. And now it's like you have a tree you can look at. It's your $10 for your battle pass.
there
You
it is.
progress up, and you can get your stuff.
Yeah.
And like it's a good time to get in the game because there's 35 characters now. That's a huge amount
It's
of
a
players
giant roster.
to play through, and all of them are very, very unique. Like there's no character that's built the same. But the biggest problem I have is just that it's still Overwatch.
Bam.
Like it's not much
Downloading
different.
it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So if you're coming from Overwatch 1, you're expecting a huge difference. This is still Overwatch 2. Or this is still Overwatch 1.
Yeah,
kind of.
it's,
But
I was surprised how much it felt the same.
yeah. Well, because I was thinking of games like games that come out that you haven't played in a while. You get a sequel. Like, I mean, looking at single player games, like from The Last of Us 2, like there's a huge jump in like the depth of gameplay. The story wasn't as good, but the depth of gameplay was better. The graphics were significantly better. In this game came out in 2017. The graphics really aren't any different, which the graphics don't have to be because they're like, it's the art style that they have.
Yeah.
But I was still kind of expecting there to be, I mean, there's like little subtle lighting adjustments, but it's very, very minor. There are 6 new maps in this game, so that is cool. The new maps are like, they're all over the world, so they're very focused on like, you go to like Brazil and like different countries and stuff like that, and they have a lot of stuff that kind of captures the essence of those locations.
Yeah.
But in this like cool, like kind of futuristic looking world. And the maps are really well designed. I mean, they're all like, they have different lanes and they're very arena based, like design.
Yeah.
Like you would get in a Call of Duty or in a Counter-Strike or whatever, where it's just like you got a couple lanes you go down, different pathways to cut through the lanes, but really you're just pushing things down lanes or funneling your characters down certain lanes. But it's quick, it's fast to get in the action. And I think that's what's so important. Like with battle royales, where you get in there, you're committing yourself to 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
You can play a match
Especially
in 10 minutes.
PUBG. Jesus Christ. I
Yeah.
played that one and I was just like, don't get me wrong, PUBG's fun. I really enjoy it, but it just seems like it's so big and massive. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Wow.
It's not worth it.
yeah.
Yeah, you find one person, they snipe you in the face, and you're like, oh, I'm dead.
Yeah. I
That's
walked this far, now I
Yeah.
get shot. But No, I'm gonna play this. I'll probably play it tomorrow or Monday.
Because I jumped in, I played 2 matches, and I was like, I'm gonna get off.
No,
So I can jump back
it was
on.
satisfying.
Yeah, it was
kind of
satisfying.
like us with Rocket League. We jump in for a couple of rounds and we're kind of like, okay, let's move on to something else. It's a good refresh,
Right.
like palate cleanser.
It's very much has the Rocket League vibe.
Yeah.
In that you can jump in quick, you can play some matches, you can have a good time, you can jump out.
Yeah.
And not feel like you know
Wasted
you're
your
gonna be
life.
committing for a long
Is
period of time.
the battle pass? How much is the battle pass?
$10.
$10. Okay, that's a good standard price, and that's just cosmetics and all that. And they took away the loot boxes and all that jazz. Okay.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a shop at some point, just like all the other games do. So that hasn't come out yet. But well, I was looking through the battle pass. I mean, you unlock different skins, you unlock sprays, so you can spray stuff on the walls just to like have messages or whatever. They have player banners now, so you have your little banners that it's the standard
I
stuff.
don't know. I don't like it when like first person shooters have skins and stuff. I don't see it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Other players see it, but
when you finish the game and your team wins, they showcase all of your characters with their skins. So it's
I think it's a waste of money.
yeah. I mean, yeah, kind of
Right?
yeah.
You see it for what, like a second?
But I do like to
"Oh."
show off, like, oh man, look at me, I got this badass skin.
Yeah, but you
weird
can't see it
wine.
yourself.
Or if you get, or there's this
I don't
thing,
know.
you'll get if you do really really well, you have a really good play. They have this thing called play of the game at the end of it,
Yeah.
where it like highlights you, so it shows your character and its skin and like what you did,
Or
and then
how
it
long?
shows your
For like
character.
2 seconds.
Yeah, but it's
No.
Okay,
cool,
so
you know?
2 seconds seeing.
It's like I mean, it's fine.
not
It's
2
$30
seconds,
skin
bro.
that I bought.
I
Probably.
mean, yeah.
Man, screw you.
I
don't know.
think it's cool.
No,
I
okay.
kind of wish they had like a third person mode that you can
Nah.
do with it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's downloading. I'll play it.
Yeah. Also, your friend that said that this looks like Fortnite is wrong because this came out a year before Fortnite came out.
Oh, so this looks
Fortnite
like
looks
Fortnite.
like this.
Fortnite looks like Overwatch.
So I was watching Bellular News, and they talk about they're highly into the Blizzard franchises.
Yeah.
And they were bringing up how people were talking about that if they get a battle pass, it's going to change the way people are going to play Overwatch because the battle pass is focused on you need to complete your dailies of playing so many matches or getting so many kills with blah, 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 which I haven't looked at the battle pass or what the dailies are or whatever. But now it's going to be more focused on everyone's trying to get their stuff done. So it's all about me. It's not about the team. When before it was all about the team. It was all about
Yeah.
trying to work together. And I
have a
haven't
point
experienced
on
it
that.
yet. I don't know because I was playing the role play queue. So that probably helps
Yeah.
significantly. But I can see how that could change this game completely for especially just us.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna be
noticed that
casuals.
I noticed that a little bit with Rocket League. People trying to accomplish their weeklies and dailies, you'll see people focus in on a certain task to
Yeah.
do. But I don't know. I don't
Like,
think
what if
it's
it's
going
like,
to be that noticeable.
play this character who I don't like and I not really good at.
Is
and
it
now
that detailed though?
I don't
The
know.
daily
I
though,
don't know. What
or
I
it's just like
saw-
get this many kills.
What I saw last night, it seemed broader, but I didn't look too deep. I was looking at dailies and weeklies, and they were like, play 10 matches on this thing or do this much healing or whatever. So they kind of led you into like being a healer or being a tank or whatever, but there wasn't anything like play Junker Queen 5 times or something.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know.
that.
It's just me. I don't really focus in on dailies at all.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like so many games have them now or weeklies or whatever. I play the game and just move on. But you are correct. I can see people if it is not as broad and it's just like detailed, very detailed. I can see people just focusing in on that.
Yeah, and that changes the game completely.
Yeah.
But it's yet to be seen. Who knows how it's going to pan out, but it's something to be worried about and keep an eye on.
I will say that I was reading an article here on Game Rant, and it looks like they're saying that the rewards that you get from completing challenges is very low and not high enough because the normal skin unlock costs 300 Overwatch coins. So it would take players a month's worth of coins to unlock because like you're getting like for the first daily you complete or the first one of the things you get, first challenge you complete is 30. The next challenge it unlocks is only 20 coins. The next one after that is only 10 coins. So it gives you less coins for doing more stuff, which is odd that it works that way. So it sounds like they're probably going to do some changes to the challenges, but right now it does feel slow moving up to Battle Pass. I mean, I played I don't know. I probably played 2 or 3, 4 hours, or probably 3 hours, and I've just hit Battle Pass rank 2 in like 3 or 4 hours of gameplay, which I was
Really?
surprised. Yeah.
Wow, I'm already at rank 3.
Are you really?
I've only played like 4 matches.
Are you sure you're rank 3?
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. Well, I only hit 2. I was doing good too. I was kicking ass.
I kicked ass, man. I don't know about you.
I'm excited to play it.
Yeah.
Let's just end this now.
Yeah, let's just go play.
All right,
play it.
cool. Yeah, so there you go. Overwatch 2, everybody. It's out. Not a huge difference, but it's still fun, and it's exciting that we're getting back in the game. I'm not by no means saying like there's no really that shouldn't play it because it's free to play.
Yeah.
Might as well jump in, see what you think about it. There's a ton of characters to choose from.
Paying for this and then you're stuck in a queue for that long?
Hey, that was New World. I swear that was
dude.
New
Yeah,
World.
like, yeah, we paid for New World.
Yeah, you paid for New World. I'll play it for a little bit until these guys find something else that I can't play with them.
Yeah.